Frustrated because your Etsy mockups just aren't converting? The problem could be some uncommon mockup mistakes you are not aware of. But wait, I'm not here to ask you to purchase expensive mockup templates or promote Placeit. I'm here to reveal the common sales psychology errors you're making with your mockups, and the worst part is, you might not even realize it. In this video, I'll walk you through the top 5 mockup mistakes that are costing you sales on Etsy and show you exactly how to correct them. Stay tuned because mastering these psychological strategies is guaranteed to boost your revenue and transform your shop. Now, before I talk about the first mistake, if you are still using AI-generated mockups, you're done. Recently, Etsy announced that using AI-generated mockups for your thumbnail is illegal, but they continued to let you use those throughout the rest of your 9 other images. However, I do not recommend that you use it ever again. It's the #1 reason why your store's CTR is so low. This might have been effective 2-3 years ago when most people were still unfamiliar with AI. If you take a look at AI-generated mockups, they're terrible. The design is completely off, the colors don't work together, and the person in the image gives you a weird energy. It's honestly so uncomfortable to look at it, and you're waiting to get a sale. Your potential customer won't even hover over your listing. Cut that shit from now on. No more AI-generated mockups. With that being said, let's talk about the first mistake that 99% of Etsy sellers are doing, which is underutilizing video in your listing. You won't make the sales you're capable of making if you don't use videos in your listing. I can't believe sellers is overlooking this important element. This is a game of looks. Your job as an Etsy seller is to be professional and to ensure you realistically represent your product. But there's an untapped opportunity right in front of you to boost your conversions and CTR, and you haven't even noticed it yet. This is a unique opportunity because many Etsy sellers either don't use video or use ineffective strategies. As you can see on the first page of the trending niche, gifts for boyfriends. I'm hovering my mouse into listings and there's no store using video. This is a huge gap in the market, and if you follow what I'm about to show next, you'll stand out from the crowd. But a simple video itself doesn't do the work. You need a compelling video that inspires your potential customers to take action and make a purchase. Let's dive into an example to illustrate the difference between a compelling video and a bad one. This example perfectly highlights a real individual wearing the shirt, showcasing the exceptional print quality in a relatable and authentic way. People want to feel the pre-purchase experience. They want to know how the product will look on them and how it would look in their lifestyle. You need to deliver what the market needs. People are bombarded with fake-looking videos like this. This example is bad and doesn't effectively showcase the product's quality. The white shirt against a white background has no signs of life at all, making it impossible for potential customers to connect with it. Example 2. I see this example used often, but the real question is, what does it offer to make a potential customer click? And honestly, nothing. This slide is ineffective and offers no real value. Example 3. You might think it's normal, but take a closer look at the design. Did you notice it? It's shifting, growing larger and smaller, and there's nothing the customer can relate to. But the big question is, how are you going to make a great video? You can make it happen through influencer marketing videos. Make sure to use these 2 types of videos in your next listing. 1. Raw influencer showcasing your product in person. 2. High quality raw video showcasing the product in the thumbnail with a focus on capturing details through close-up shots. But the next mistake I'm about to reveal is the very reason your store ain't converting in the first place, even if you implemented everything I taught you. This mistake is crucial. It's like a photographer without a lens. This leads us to the second mistake, which is using free Printify auto-generated mockups or Placeit mockups. I'd bet everything I own that 99% of stores rely on free auto-generated mockups. Why? Because it's easy. Drag, drop, done. If you're using Printify or Printful for free mockups, you're out of the game. Yeah, they offer a lot of mockups made for you, but you're competing against millions of stores. Everyone is using the same copy. A plain white background that lacks character and fails to engage or influence potential customers to take action, it looks like a generic Amazon shop. This can hurt your chances of making a sale. Stay away from that. You are killing your conversion by yourself. If you're investing in Placeit, it's a great platform, but there's one important thing you should keep in mind. You're not always using the same mockups of your actual shirt that you're selling. If you look closely, you'll notice varying sleeve lengths and colors that are different from your original shirt. For example, if the shirt you're selling is oversized and the mockup you used is this, you are making a huge mistake because this can upset your customers, leading to negative reviews, a scenario no one wants to face. So make sure to use mock-ups of the same shirt you're selling for better ROI and a truly professional touch. I recommend you need to invest a couple of dollars to buy high quality mock-ups. I know you'll find it difficult to put $20 as a beginner in the game, but trust me, this small investment can change your life. Your competitors are already doing it. It's hard to compete against stores with just plain white, boring backgrounds. They're just not good enough. You can start with a few high quality images. They can do the work, and by the time you start getting sales, you can invest more. If there's one thing I've learned through my career, it's that spending a few bucks on high quality mockups is always worth it. For me, the best places to find high quality mockups are Creative Market, Etsy, and Createsy. If you followed what I just showed you, you officially fixed your store by 20%, so make sure you complete the missing 80%. Did you know that simple mistakes can cost you everything in this game? This guides us to the third flaw of the video. The common sense mistakes. Not paying attention to details. Many new print-on-demand sellers overlook the basics. That's why they struggle a lot at the start. They're blindfolded by trends and unnecessary distractions, and they forget the principles. I'm going to break this down into 4 main common sense mistakes that you should avoid. 1 is design inconsistency. I see this happening in 2 scenarios. Either the design is too high or close to the neck or too low below the chest. Another common issue I often notice is inconsistent design sizing across different mockups. Let me give you an example. In the first picture, the design is too big. In the second picture, the design is too small. So make sure that your mockup design is consistent to avoid confusing or throwing off your potential buyers. I'll show you a simple fix for this mistake later in the video, so make sure to stay. The second mistake I see people make when it comes to their thumbnails and mockups is they do not use contrasting colors. You'll find a lot of people doing black text in a dark colored shirt or lighter color text in a lighter colored shirt. When potential clients come across your listing, it may not grab as much attention as your competitors' listings, causing them to get lost in the crowd. The number one rule you should always remember is to use dark designs on light backgrounds and light designs on dark backgrounds. The third mistake is not thinking about your target customer while creating mockups. This is an important mistake that needs to be fixed as soon as possible. This is not just for your Etsy. It's a general business rule you should always follow. You need to identify your target audience. How? Simple. Put yourself in their shoes. Discover their primary avatar, demographics, age, gender, location, what they do for a living. Identify their pains, problems, desires, and make sure your mockup hits at least 2 of your potential clients' emotions. If your product is for old people, your design and the product should be for old people. Not the product is for young people and design for old people. Or the other way around. Let me show you this example to understand me more. As you can see, this shirt is for old people, but the design is not, plus the model is young. So make sure your mockups specifically resonate with your target audience. This points the way to the last common mistake, which is your design is way too far in your listing. Many beginners make this mistake. It's so powerful because if your design can't be seen while scrolling, how do you expect people to click? Of course, they'll just scroll past and find another store where the picture is clear and every detail is visible. So don't forget to zoom in on your picture and center it. While these common mistakes might be important, but if you're still making the next mistake I'm about to reveal, you'll be left behind. It's the #1 reason why your listings aren't generating sales, and yet I see so many people making this error. Fake looking product. A product that looks fake will lose trust instantly. If your product looks like this, a flat design that doesn't account for the t-shirt's fabric movement, folds, or texture, you can 100% tell it's fake and it's auto-generated, and in most cases, the real product doesn't look like this. Your product should look real, as though a real person is wearing it or holding it. I know you're spending way too much time resizing, design, tweaking opacity, and trying to match the picture movements, curves and shadows, etc. You've done everything in your hand, and yet your mockups ended up like shit. Ugh, I understand how you feel because I've been there myself for the past 10 years. Thankfully, the solution is simpler than you might think. It's done using smart, object-based mockup templates. Hold on, I know you didn't understand anything, but hear me out. It's a ready-made for you template on Photoshop that allows you to easily place your design. It uses a special feature that is automatically designed to fit the design shape or movement perfectly to your mockup image. It easily addresses one of the most common pain points that many sellers face: inconsistent design. All you have to do is edit the first layer and drop your design, and boom, your product looks so real you can't even tell the difference. And your design, it's the same size through all your mockup images. But there's a huge problem. If you are looking to create a lot of images, this process can be time consuming. This time struggle burned me deeply, but I finally decided to put an end to the pain that had followed me throughout my entire career. What if I told you there's a way to automate this entire process with just one click, and it works across all platforms? A miracle, right? Introducing the first ever mockup plugin designed to solve all your mockup challenges without lifting a finger. Bulk Mockup. Generate dozens of mockups in just 5 seconds with a single click. Yes, with a single click. You don't believe me? Okay, give me a minute to let you witness the magic this tool is capable of. First, open Photoshop. In the top menu, navigate to Plugins. Select Bulk Mockup. As you can see, the interface of the plugin is divided into 2 sections, the main section and the settings section. In the main tab, as you notice, there are 3 sections. The first section is for the PSD template folder location. The second section is for the location of the design file folder. The final section is to choose the destination where you want your images to be exported. So with that in mind, you need to create 3 folders, one for your templates, another for your designs, and the third for your final ready-to-go mockups. Now you need to add these folders to the sections I talked about earlier. Before hitting generate, let me add a timer so you can see the magic I'm talking about. Can you believe it? 50 mockups in just 1 minute. Pretty mind-blowing, right? Check out the link in the description. It's definitely worth your time. Congratulations on making it this far. If you followed all the refinements I taught you, you need to understand this one to complete everything. So be there with me. The final mistake of the video is not planning your mockups. As an Etsy seller, if you want to stand out, you need to plan everything. Every part deserves its own dedicated time and focus. Here's what you're going to do. Start by doing your research. Analyze successful stores, take notes, and draw inspiration from them. Do not copy them. Take what is working for them, recycle it, and make your own version. A pro tip: do not study stores that are following trends. Now, you need to plan everything about mockups and what pictures you use in your product page. I need you to look at your product page as a sales page. I know how frustrating it can be to try to master all of these aspects at the beginning. That's why I'll focus on the most crucial factors, the ones that directly impact and boost your store conversion rates. So let's start with the first step, which is the most important one, because without knowing what mockups to put in your listing, you're done. Let's start with your thumbnail, the primary image, which must be specific to your target audience. It should immediately address the questions or concerns they have. The primary goal of your thumbnail image is to get the click. You need to stand out from the crowd. To do that, your primary image needs to persuade. Know your target audience, emotions, and try to hit at least 2 in your primary one. This example evokes emotions by showcasing that these photos are of your loved one, while the text emphasizes that they are customizable. This will allow the potential customer to view their partner's picture on this shirt. You can add powerful words in your thumbnail like free shipping, made in USA, size, etc. It's important that your second image should validate their expectations when they see your thumbnail. That's why a video is the perfect choice, because it can handle 2 jobs. Number 1, if the primary image didn't get the click, the video will do. When the customer hovers over your listing, the video will start playing. Number 2, if the primary gets the click, the video will convert. For the rest of the images, it should answer the objections left in the customer's mind. Every picture should be there for a reason. For example, the common objection people have is, will this t-shirt fit me? To handle this objection, you can use a lifestyle picture and describe the fit, like model is 5'8", 120 pounds, and normally medium. Think of what all other objections or questions your potential customer may have. How is fabric quality? Show them a close-up shot of the fabric with details like 250 GSM or made with Supima cotton. What colors are available? You must throw in a variant image showing all colors. What sizes is this shirt available in? Show it via size chart image. Next, you should use lifestyles photos to evoke emotions of your target customer. You need to highlight the transformation customers will experience when they purchase your product. For example, if you're selling t-shirts to a girlfriend, add a pic and his girlfriend happily wearing the t-shirt. Finally, you can add a few info images like these that talks about features and benefits. And top it off with social proof images and love it guaranteed image. In the end, you need to make sure your listing images leaves no room for questions in your potential customer's mind. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next one, where I'll show you how to automate your mockup creation process and save valuable time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.